place value, more or less. And so now we are using our place value chart to essentially add or subtract. So how do we use the place value chart to find more or less? We can add 1 more, 10, 100, 1,000, etc. to get more. Or we could subtract 1 or 10, 100, 1,000, etc. to get less. Let's look at an example of more or less. Now, I didn't put it in an addition problem, but I put it in a sentence. What is 1,000 more than 46,538? If I want to know what 1,000 more is, then I can use place discs. So that's what I kind of did along with the digits. So I filled in this number into my place value chart, starting with the ones, 8, then 3, then 5, then 6, then 4. That helps me to be able to start at the ones place because the number is large and I don't want to get in the wrong place value. I want every digit where it's supposed to be. But I also drew place disc above it to show you. I have 4 10,000s. I have 6 thousands, 5 hundreds, 3 tens, and 8 ones. And so I know that if I'm trying to figure out what is 1,000 more than 46,000, I know I need to add 1,000 to see what it is. Now, because it's such a large number, putting it in a place value chart just helps me see what place is getting increased. So here I have my addition sign because I know I'm looking for 1,000 more, and then I am putting 1,000 more, and because I started there, I know I need to fill in the rest of my places after the thousands with zeros. Okay, not before, but you do need to fill in after. And so I put a little place disc here because I knew I had one more. This yellow circle represents me adding it all together. And when I do that, I know that I have 7 total. I didn't have any here, so I was able to just add 4 to 0 and get 4. 5 to 0 and get 5. 3 to 0 and get 3. And 8 to 0 and get 8. And so that was 1,000 more. Just paying attention to the place value because they don't always have to show you the number. They could write the word 1,000, and you just have to pay attention to the place value words. Here's another example. What is 10,000 less than 546,238? Again, I wrote the digits in, starting with the ones place and working my way backwards, and then I went ahead and drew place value disc for each one. Notice here in the 10,000 spot, I had 4 discs. But because I wanted to know what was 10,000 less, I knew I needed to take something away. I needed to decrease my number. So I took away 1 10,000. I filled in the rest of the places with zeros because I know that I wasn't taking anything else away from any other place. So here I am. I know that if I have 5 and if I take away nothing, I still have 5. And then here I have 4 and I know that I needed to take away 1. So that is what I did. And so on, all the way to the end. And so I know that 10,000 less than 546,238 is 536,238. And so that's basically looking at more or less. There's one more scenario I want you to look at. Sometimes you might see it worded like this, and I use smaller numbers so you could gain the concept. 345 is 100 less than. Sometimes they start like this, and if that's the case, writing it with symbols kind of helps you understand how to do this a little bit better. So 345, and I made a less than symbol like we just learned to put place value words over each digit. So I see that I have 300s, and it says 345 is less than. So I want something larger than 345 because it says that it's less than. It can be tricky, and I know that I want it to be this to be 100 less than whatever this is. So 300s is 100 less than 400s. and then we're going to fill it in with 45. Does this sentence make sense? 345 is less than 445? Yes, it does. I know many of you want to put 245 there, but it's not saying that. On the same token, we have another problem here. We have 1,287 is 100 more than. So I use the symbol for greater than to figure this out. I have 1,200s, 8 tens, and 7 ones. And it says I'm supposed to find a number that is less than this, or tell what this is more than. So 1,287, it has to be a number that this is greater than. So 200s is 100 greater than 100th. So that's what I'm going to fill in the 100th spot, because it says that it is 100 more. 200ths is more than 100th. So I'm going to use that to fill it in. Now my sentence makes sense. 1,287 is greater than 1,187. And that's more or less than.